What's going on, everybody? It's PeteFuzzyPete. Thanks for tuning in today. I know it's been a while since we've had a video, but yeah, today I'm just working in the shop. Decided time to replace my sidearm. My strong arm has served me well and couldn't ask for a better secondary. It's there when I needed it. But you know, running the OMW Works final stage kit for the strong arm, and I love it. It's always been there. But a while back I picked up a disruptor, and the grip is just, to me, feels so much more comfortable. Here's a comparison. Here's the disruptor on top. You can see that the strong arm grip is a lot thicker, and to me it didn't feel as comfortable as the disruptor. So figured, well, if it's just a clone of a strong arm, why can't the OMW Works kit be transplanted? So that's what we're gonna find out. So let's do this. Alright, so immediately the catch is an identical piece, so this should transfer over, which would be awesome. The trigger, yep, that'll work. Same trigger mold, you know, as darn close as it's gonna get. Now for the beating heart, will it transfer? Ew, stuck. Lovely. Oh yeah. Yep, that'll work. Perfect fit. Then we take it and slide it back on in. Right? Just drop in. Yep. And catching. Yep. Alright, so now we take, before we take anything else, we're gonna see if we can't snag a little lube. My strong arm has been through so much hell and abuse that, yeah, gotta relube it a little bit, but that's okay because it's no longer a strong arm. It's a disruptor. Yeah, go figure. But as you can see, oh, I despise the spring. Give me one sec, guys. So upon closer inspection, triggers are not identical. And I see exactly where. See right here, see how the stock trigger goes into an L, whereas the OMW Works trigger has this little raft fillet. We're gonna have to trim this out with the Dremel, and that should allow us to use it in a disruptor. But other than that, as far as I can tell, maybe have to trim this back a little bit here, right there. This should just transfer over, which will be amazing because it's a clone. Why wouldn't it? I'll show a firing demo if this works. If not, back to the drawing board. Peace. Okay, so upon further inspection, after removing the fillet right here and trimming this back a little bit, I gotta file that a little more. Trigger works, but when you go to close the shell, this fillet is now in the way. So now I gotta cut this one off, smooth it off, try again. But so far this is looking like it can be a direct replacement with slight modification. Alright, so as you can see, I've taken out the ribbing right there and right there. So now it's practically identical. I also went ahead and cut a couple slots with my Dremel to just to lighten this up a little bit, because this is still pretty heavy. One thing I might do is I might have to sacrifice some of this part of the trigger from OMW Works just to create enough room in the trigger well for my fat fingers to fit. But in the meantime, this should do it. So let's get this back in place. So right now all I want to do is prove that this works. Then I'll come back in and make any final adjustments and whatever else for my personal trigger feel, whatever you want to call it, my trigger action, you know, how I want it to feel, how I want it to operate. As you can see, it is going to be a little tight. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely cut some of this. Darn. But as you can see, the catch is actuating, so that's working there. And so if I take the priming handle, I know it's not screwed down at all, but should be able to. Yep, lost a screw. Okay, I guess I need to screw some of this down. Give me 1 second. Okay, so half screwed together. Have not tested anything yet, but you know what, why not go for the gusto, right? Little stuff good. Caught on the catch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim this a little bit, especially down here at the bottom, so it, you know, glides. I mean, yes, I didn't lube this at all, but need to. But there we go. So catch, fires, and rotates. So other than just trimming up a little bit off the bottom of the trigger, where it's rubbing on the trigger well, and lubing, I use the last of my silicone grease because I don't know why, but I just don't like the new white lithium grease that Orange Mod Works uses. But honestly, guys, in all honesty, seriously, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but this is a more comfortable grip if you have big hands than a strong arm. And the Orange Mod Works strong arm kit is transferable. You don't have to mess with the catch. You don't have to mess with the plunger rod, or the spring, or the spring rest. The only thing you gotta do is adjust the metal trigger, and you don't even have to use that. But it's a metal trigger from Orange Mod Works. Why wouldn't you use it? Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna load this up really quickly. Just grabbing a few darts. Got a zombie strike dart, dart zone dart, a few dart zone darts. As you can see, I'm already liking this blaster as is. And hey, why not? Let's throw an AccuStrike in there. And this spins just as nicely. No rattle. The cylinder stays put. It just, that's the biggest draw I think with the strong arm, is every time you pop the cylinder out, you're losing that seal that from the plunger tube to the cylinder. With the Disruptor, cylinder has to rotate and always stay in contact. So I think this is your better bet, guys. In the meantime, stay tuned, because this is my new secondary. This will be getting a paint job. I'm PeteFuzzyPete, and I'll see you next time. Peace!